Top deadliest serial killers throughout history. At the top of our list is Pedro Lopez. Lopez was a child unaliver and rapist known as the Monster of the Andes. Lopez targeted young girls between the ages of 8 and 12, arrested in 1980 and convicted in 1983 of unaliving 3 young girls, but claimed to have unalived hundreds. Despite being believed to be one of the most prolific serial killers of the 20th century, he was released in the late 1990s. Next, we have Luis Garavito, child unaliver, torturer and rapist known as La Bestia, or the Beast. Garavito confessed to unaliving 140 boys between 6 and 16 years old, from October 1992 to April 1999 in Colombia and neighboring countries. He is suspected of unaliving over 300 victims, mostly street children. Garavito was originally sentenced to 1,853 years in prison, but this was later reduced to 22 years after he led police to many of the bodies of his victims. He was scheduled to become eligible for parole in 2023. He died on October 12, 2023. Third on our list is Abdul Jabbar from Afghanistan. Jabbar unalived 65 men and boys by strangling them with turbans while raping them, and is suspected of over 300 murders. He was sentenced to death and hanged on October 21, 1970. Fourth is Daniel Camargo Barbosa. Barbosa is a child and woman unaliver, believed to have possibly raped and killed over 150 victims, primarily targeting female children, as they were more likely to be virgins. Confessed to killing 72 victims. He strangled young girls in Colombia and was arrested, but he escaped from prison and started unaliving in Ecuador. He was rearrested in 1986 and was allegedly incarcerated in the same Ecuadorian prison as 300-plus serial killer Pedro Lopez. Camargo was unalived in jail by the nephew of one of his victims. And lastly, we have Pedro Rodriguez Filho. Rodriguez Filho claimed to have unalived over 100 victims, 47 of them inmates. He also unalived his father, who had unalived his mother, and ate a piece of his heart. He unalived his first 2 victims at the age of 14. He was first arrested in 1973. He was convicted and sentenced to 128 years, but the maximum one can serve in Brazil is 30 years. He was released in 2018. He was unalived by 2 men in 2023.